Good morning, class. Today we will study about the Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is applied in a right angle triangle. What is the statement of Pythagoras theorem? See, this is a right angle triangle ABC. If we make the squares on all these three sides, if we make squares on all these three sides, so on the side BC, we can make the square like this. On the side AB, we will make the square like this. On the side AC is the hypotenuse. 90-degree opposite side is called hypotenuse. This is the third square. So if we draw the squares on all these three sides, then squares on the hypotenuse AC, what will be the area of this square? Side into side, so it will be AC square. What will be the area of this square which is made on the side BC? So side into side again, so it will be BC square. And is area of the square on the side AB. So AB into AB, AB square. So if we draw the squares on all the three sides of a right angle triangle, then area of the squares on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the areas of the squares on the remaining two sides BC and AB. Means we can say that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. This is the meaning of the Pythagoras theorem, statement of the Pythagoras. Square on the hypotenuse means area of the squares on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the area of the squares on the other two sides BC and AB. So square area of the square on BC, BC square, area of the square on AB, AB square. So AC square will be equal to BC square plus AB square. This is the statement of Pythagoras theorem. So how we can write the statement? See the statement of Pythagoras theorem. In a right triangle, in a right angled triangle, square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares on the other two sides square on the hypotenuse is equal to sum of the squares on the other two sides, that is AC square on the hypotenuse AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. This is the statement of Pythagoras theorem. Pythagoras theorem is used in a right angle triangle. If two sides are given, two sides are known, then third side we can calculate by using the Pythagoras theorem. So to find if any two sides in a right angle triangle, are known, given, then we can find the third side using the Pythagoras theorem. So this is the statement. Now we have to prove this Pythagoras theorem. So before proving the Pythagoras theorem, let us discuss about similar triangles, because we have to apply the property of similar triangles. Suppose there are two triangles ABC and another triangle DEF. Both are similar. This is the symbol of similarity. These two triangles are similar. How many criteria to prove two triangles similar? There are three criteria: side, 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 angle, and angle, angle criteria of similarity. So, I am going to tell about only angle, angle similarity. If two angles of one triangle, listen, if two angles of one triangle are equal to the corresponding two angles of other triangles, then both triangles are called similar. Means, suppose angle A and angle D both are equal, B and E, these two angles are equal. So third angle will be automatically equal because we know that sum of all the three angles is 180 degree. So if two angles are equal in both the triangle, third angle will be automatically equals. So then we can say that if two angles of both the triangles are equal, then we can say that both the triangles are similar. Similar triangles means having the same shape but not necessarily the same side. Similar triangles are equiangular. All the three angles of one triangle will be equal to the three angles of other triangle. So by angle, angle criteria, we can prove two triangles similar. And when third one will be automatically equal. And when two triangles become similar, then we write the ratio of their corresponding sides are equal. The ratio of their corresponding sides are equal. How we can see the corresponding sides? The sides opposite to equal angles are called corresponding sides. Here angle A and angle D are equal. So angle A opposite side BC, angle D opposite sides EF. These two sides will be corresponding sides. Angle B and angle E are equal. Angle B opposite sides AC, angle E opposite sides DF. They are corresponding side. So their ratio will be equal. So suppose these two triangles are similar, then we can write corresponding sides of, so angle A, angle D equal, angle A opposite side BC upon angle D opposite sides EF. So we can write BC upon EF. Angle B opposite side AC, it is equal to E. So E opposite sides is DF. So AC upon DF. And third side which one? AB. C and F are equal. So C opposite sides AB. And angle F opposite sides A. So we can write the ratio of their corresponding sides are equal after proving similarity. So this property we will use when we will prove the Pythagoras theorem. So ratio of the corresponding sides are equal. Now we are going to prove Pythagoras theorem using the property of similar triangles. Suppose ABC is a given right angle triangle. So what is given here? Triangle ABC is a right triangle and angle B is equal to 90 degree. Angle B 90 degree, ABC is a right angle triangle. What we have to prove? Angle B opposite side will be hypotenuse AC. We have to prove that AC square of the hypotenuse, AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. This is the Pythagoras theorem. Right construction. through the point B, we will draw a perpendicular on the hypotenuse AC. Suppose it is D. So drew BD perpendicular to AC. Drew BD perpendicular to the hypotenuse AC. Now prove. How many right angle triangles are there? Here there are three right angle triangles. Two small right angle triangles, ADB, BDC, and third one is the original right angle triangle ABC. Here angle B 90 degree. So two small right angle triangle and one big right angle triangle ABC. Firstly, we will take one small right angle triangle and the big right angle triangle and prove it similar. So in triangle ADB, this triangle, and hold the triangle, and triangle ABC. We have taken the small triangle ADB and hold the triangle ABC. We have to prove these two triangles are similar. How we can prove? By angle criteria. So we see that angle A, it is common in both the triangle. ADB, angle A is coming. ABC, again angle A is coming. So angle A is equal to angle A, we can write here. It is common in both the triangle. And angle ADB. ADB is what? It is perpendicular, so 90 degree. And in the big triangle, angle B is 90 degree. 90 degree. So this is common in both. And angle D and complete angle B, these two are 90 degree each. So two angles are equal. So therefore we can write triangle ADB similar triangle ABC by angle criteria of similarity. ADB and ABC, both triangles are similar. I have told you when both the triangles are similar, we write ratio of their corresponding sides are equal. So write the ratio of the corresponding sides. So in the small triangle, this angle is 90 degree. And this angle opposite side is AB. So we will write AB. In the big triangle, angle B is 90 degree. So its opposite side is AC. So we will write AB upon AC. And this angle is 90, its opposite side is AB. In the big triangle, angle B is 90, its opposite side is AC. AB upon AC. Angle A is common in both. So angle A opposite side is BD in the small triangle. And in the large triangle, angle A opposite side is BC. So we will not take these two sides because there is no use in the Pythagoras theorem. So see the third angle. What is the third angle? Third angle is this one. In the small triangle, third angle is this one. In the big triangle, A is common, B is 90. So these two angles are equal. So this angle opposite side is AD. And angle C, its opposite side is AB. Okay. These two angles are equal. So third angle is this one. In the big triangle, third angle will be C. So this angle opposite side is AD and it is equal to C. Angle C opposite sides in the large triangle, it is AB. So AD upon AB. Cross multiply AB into AB. It is AB square is equal to AC into AD. Make it number 1. AC into AD. So this is the half part. Next time we will take this small triangle CDB and hold the triangle ABC. Again prove it similar. Now take in triangle CDB and triangle CBA. CDB small triangle and hold the triangle CBA. Again by angle we will prove these two triangles are similar. So angle C is equal to angle C. It is common. This is common. And angle CDB. Angle CDB it is 90 degree. In the big triangle, angle B is 90. CBA both are 90. So two angles are equal. We can say both the triangles are similar. So therefore triangle CDB similar triangle CBA by angle axiom of similarity. Now the triangle CDB and hold the triangle CBA similar. Again we will write the ratio of their corresponding sides are equal. So what are the corresponding sides? See this angle 90 degree, its opposite side is BC. So write BC. And in the big triangle, this angle is 90, B. So its opposite side is AC. We will write AC, BC upon AC. This is the common angles. So what will be the third angle? Third angle is this one. And it will be equal to angle A. Third angle of the small triangle is this one. Third angle in the big triangle it is A. These two will be equal. So this angle opposite side is DC. And angle A opposite side is BC. So DC upon BC. Again cross multiply. So BC square is equal to AC into DC. Make it number 2. BC square is equal to AC into DC. Add both the equation 1 plus 2. Adding both the equations. So left side we will add with the left. So AB square. Here left part is BC square. AB square plus BC square is equal to AC into AD plus AC into DC. AC into AC is common in both, we can take common. So we will get AD plus DC. So AC, see the figure. What is the sum of AD and DC? AD and DC. It will be equal to AC. So AC into AD plus DC is. So it is AC square. So AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. AB square plus BC square is equal to AC square. This is the statement of Pythagoras theorem. So it is proved using the property of similar triangles. So in this way we can prove the statement of Pythagoras theorem. Now we will see what is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. So let us see the converse part of Pythagoras theorem. Converse of Pythagoras theorem. What is the converse of Pythagoras theorem? Take any triangle. Suppose this is the triangle ABC. If square of one side of triangle, if square of any one side you can take, any one side means longest side. If square of one side means, suppose if AB square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides, BC square plus AC square. If square of one side means AB square is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides BC and AC, then this triangle is a right angle triangle. This is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. If square of one side is equal to the sum of the squares of other two sides, then the triangle is a right angle triangle. And what is the first side? AB. So AB opposite angle, that is C, it will be 90 degree. Angle C will be 90 degree. So converse of Pythagoras theorem is used to prove a triangle is a right angle triangle or not. Converse of Pythagoras theorem, if all the three sides are known, with the help of converse of Pythagoras theorem, we can prove that the triangle is a right angle triangle or not. So if the square of the longest side is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides, then it will be right angle triangle, otherwise not. Suppose if BC square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides AB square plus AC square, then again it is a right angle triangle. But in this case, what is the BC opposite angle? A. Here angle A will be 90 degree. Okay. Angle A will be 90 degree. So, how we can prove it? Write the statement. If square of the longest side of a triangle is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides, then triangle is a right angle triangle. If square of the longest side of a triangle is equal to sum of the squares of the other two sides, then triangle is a right angle triangle, and angle opposite to the longest side, is 90 degree. Angle opposite to the longest side will be 90 degree. This is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. How we can prove the converse of Pythagoras theorem? So let us take a triangle ABC. It is not a right angle triangle. I have taken a triangle ABC. So what is given? In triangle ABC, square of one side means AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. It is given. In this triangle ABC, square of one side AC square, it is equal to AB square plus BC square. We have to prove that triangle ABC is a right triangle. We have to prove that triangle ABC is a right angle triangle, and AC opposite angle means angle B is equal to 90 degree. We have to prove it. So we will do some construction. Drew a triangle DEF drew a triangle DEF such that angle E is equal to 90 degree. We have taken another triangle DEF such that angle E is 90 degree and DE is equal to AB and DE is equal to AB. DE and AB are equal. EF is equal to BC. EF is equal to BC. EF is equal to BC. So here I have taken another triangle DEF in which angle is 90 and DE is equal to AB. EF is equal to BC. So start proof. In right triangle DEF. DEF is a right angle triangle. So by Pythagoras theorem, what we can write by Pythagoras theorem in this triangle? We will write DF square, DF is the hypotenuse, DF square is equal to DE square plus EF square. DF square is equal to DE square plus EF square. Make it number 1. And what is given? AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. It is given. It is given. Here we have supposed AB and DE are equal. AB and DE are equal. So we can write here DE square and BC is equal to EF. So in place of BC we can write EF square. So we can get AC square is equal to DE square plus EF square. Make it number 2. From first and second we get so what we get? See the right part of both DE square plus EF square, DE square plus EF square. Here DE square plus EF square is equal to DF square, but in the second it is equal to AC square. So right side of both the equations are equal, so left part will be also equal. So from first and second we get DF square is equal to AC square, means DF is equal to AC. DF is equal to AC we can get from first and second. Now prove these two triangles congruent. In triangle ABC and triangle DEF. How we can prove it congruent? It is AB is equal to DE. AB and DE equal. BC is equal to EF. BC is equal to EF by construction. We have taken these two sides equal by construction. And AC is equal to DF. We have proved here from third. AC is equal to DF from third. So all the three sides of ABC and DEF are equal. So by side, both the triangles are congruent. So therefore triangle ABC congruent triangle DEF by yes congruency. By yes congruency, both the triangles are congruent. And we know that congruent triangles are equal in all respects. So their corresponding angles will be equal. So these two triangles are congruent. So by CP/CT we can write angle B and angle E are equal. DF and AC are equal. So their opposite angle will be equal. So angle B is equal to angle E. CP/CT. Corresponding part of congruent triangle. Angle E, we have taken 90 degree in the construction. So angle B is equal to 90 degree. Angle B 90 degree means triangle ABC is a right angle triangle. So this implies triangle ABC is a right triangle. So this is the converse of Pythagoras theorem. So both the theorems we have proved here. Pythagoras theorem is used if two sides in a right angle triangle are given. To find the third side, we can apply the Pythagoras theorem. But converse of Pythagoras theorem is used to check a given triangle is a right angle triangle or not. If all the three sides are given, then by converse of Pythagoras theorem, we can check it is a right angle triangle or not. If the longest side square is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides, then it will be a right angle triangle, otherwise. Now we will see some application of Pythagoras theorem and converse of Pythagoras theorem. See one question. Three sides of a triangle ABC are given in the first part. AB 6, BC 10 centimeter, AC 8 centimeter. In the second part, AB 7, BC 4 centimeter, AC 5 centimeter. In both the cases, we have to check whether the triangle is a right angle triangle or not. So how we can check it is a right angle triangle? Using converse of Pythagoras theorem. So see the first part. What is the longest side? Longest side is BC. So take the square of BC. 10 square, it is 100. And then the sum of the squares of other two sides. So AB square plus AC square. AB is 6, 6 square. AC is 8 square. 36, 8 square is 64. It will come 100. AB square plus AC square is equal to 100. So we see that square of the longest side BC square, it is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides AB square plus AC square, because it is also 100. So we see that BC square is equal to AB square plus AC square. So square of the longest side is equal to sum of the squares of other two sides. It means this, with this measurement, the triangle is right angle triangle. So therefore, triangle ABC is a right triangle. And which angle will be 90 degree? Longest side opposite angle will be 90 degree. So BC opposite angle is what? Angle A. If we make here BC, AB is given 6, this is 8, this one is 10. Longest side is BC, its opposite angle will be A. So angle A is equal to 90 degree. So in this way we can check a given triangle is right angle triangle or not. See the second case. AB 7, BC 4, AC 5. What is the longest side? AB. So AB square is equal to 7 square, it is 49. And sum of the squares of other two sides, BC square plus AC square. BC is 4 square, AC is 5 square. 4 square is 16, 5 square 25. 6 plus 5, 11. 2, 1, 3, 1, 4. 41. AB square 49 and BC square plus AC square 41. Since AB square is not equal to BC square plus AC square. Both are not equal. It means in the second case, triangle is not a right angle triangle. So triangle ABC is not a right triangle. Okay. So by converse of Pythagoras theorem, it is a right angle triangle in the first case, but second one is not a right angle triangle. Let us see one more question. A tree 10 feet tall, 10 meter tall, stands in front of an stands in front of a high building of an 18-meter high building. If tree is 15 meter away from the building, 15 meter away from the building, find the distance between their top. Find the distance their tops. So this is the question. A tree 10 meter tall stands in front of an 18-meter high building. If tree is 15 meter away from the building, find the distance between their tops. Length of tree is 10 meter. Length of the height of the building 18 meter. Height of the tree 10 meter. Height of the building 18 meter. So firstly we will make the figure. This is the ground. Suppose AB is tree. AB is tree. And CD is building. CD is high building. How much AB? AB is 10 meter. CD is 18 meter. Okay. It is given tree is 15 meter away from the building. This tree AB is 15 meter away from the building. So AC is 15 meter. We have to find the distance between their top. Top of the tree is B. Top of the tree building is D. So we have to find the distance between their top. Means BD we have to find. So from the point B, draw the perpendicular on CD. Like this. Suppose this point is AB is 10. So what will be C? C will be also equal to AB 10. Total length DC is equal to 18. EC is 10. What will be DE? 18 minus 10. That is 8. AC is 15. So BE will be also 15. Both are parallel. Both are. Now we have to find BD. So we can apply Pythagoras theorem in triangle BDE. So in triangle BDE by Pythagoras theorem. By Pythagoras. What is Pythagoras theorem? Square of the hypotenuse. Hypotenuse means 90 degree opposite side. So BD square, it is equal to BE square plus other side DE square. BE is 15, so we can write 15 square DE is 8, 8 square. 15 square 225, 8 square 64. 5 plus 4, 9. 6 plus 2, 8. 289. What will be BD? Square root of 280. It will come 17. If we take the square of root of 289, it will come 17 meter. So what is answer? Distance between the tops is equal to 70 meter. So in this way we can apply the Pythagoras theorem in the problem. I hope that it is clear to you. I have taken one problem in which we have used the converse of Pythagoras theorem, and the second one here we have used the Pythagoras theorem. So try to do some problems yourself. If any difficulty, you can ask. Okay, thank you class.